Hi, and welcome back to ETV Power Women. We're here chatting to Ramani Fernando. Ramani, I wanted to touch on actually how you met Ranjit. Because, you know, you both met when you were young, and what was it? Did you have like a whirlwind romance? Or
Oh my gosh, it's a bit embarrassing talking of these things now at this age. Anyway, it was my 17th birthday, I remember.
Okay.
And I was sent for this first time. I went for a dance and I wore the sari and all that.
Yeah.
I remember that very well. And he was supposed to have been at this dance.
Okay.
I saw the women in his table and they looked very sophisticated, lovely girls there. That I remember that.
Yeah.
And we had a common, my friend who was with me in our table, we went with her parents, and you know, that sort of dance we went for.
Yeah.
And my friend's boyfriend knew Ranjit, I think.
Okay.
But the boyfriend wasn't there.
Right.
But I heard the table talking about
This guy.
that so and so is there.
Yeah.
So he was, you know, he was a cricketer, and then
Okay,
you know how
so,
they talk
yeah.
about it. I was not at all interested in cricket, so I didn't even bother to look who Ranjit Fernando was at that time. So anyway, after the dance, anyway, he has wanted introduction to me. And so that's how it happened. So the week after the dance, my friend introduced him to me.
Yeah.
So that's how it all started. Anyway, because I actually, as I said, I'm not a cricket fan. It's just now
You're
you know,
kind of
after
getting
I
into
got
it.
married, that I was like forced to, you know, enjoy cricket, watch when he was playing and all that. So anyway, I remember seeing, funny thing was, the week before the dance, I remember seeing him in the papers.
Okay.
I mean, he'll get embarrassed now if he hears this.
Did you think, wow?
I remember seeing in the papers dancing with the Miss India.
Oh, okay.
Can you believe that? Look at Ranjit now, right? He was dancing with Miss India, and somebody pointed out, this is this cricketer, you know, dancing with Miss India. So when I asked him later what it was all about, he said it was a bet he took, that he's going to have ask her for a dance. So I remember that as well, you know, seeing him in the papers. Then the very next week I saw, and I heard that he was at the dance. But I remember these women at his table, they were sort of very beautiful girls there. And so that's how it started.
That's how you met.
I was introduced to him, and
it went from there. Wow.
Yeah, and so you know, 17 plus, you know how it is, and that time 17 means you're not exposed at all. It's not what 17 years are now.
Yeah,
you know?
It's a very different sort of society.
I was also, as I said, like hardly exposed. So when I met Ranjit, that was
it opened up new
avenues for me, and he was always there to, you know, encourage me.
Yeah, that's right. You call him actually. I was reading some research on you, and you always say that he's been your pillar of strength and support, which I think is a wonderful sort of sentiment.
Yeah, he's been there for me. I mean, I wouldn't have been this if not for him. Maybe I would have just had one chair still land on my head to sing him.
How fortunate for us.
Very ambitious for me.
Yeah.
And of course, never in the front. I mean, he would hardly even talk to any of my staff. He wouldn't go into the salon. He never do that kind of thing.
Always in the sort of.
Always there, you know, I can depend on, you know. Great strength he's been to me, you know.
Wonderful.
And has good ideas as well, you know, in everything. He comes up with good ideas, sometimes a bit too much, so I can't cope with it. And now it's my children, you know.
Yeah, so tell us about your children, because I mean, I know Rashane.
Yeah, and, I have a daughter.
Yes.
I don't know, a lot of people don't know that I have a daughter. She's the eldest. And
because she sort of lives in England,
right? She's in England. She's married and living in England. She's a doctor.
Yeah.
And now she's a consultant there in radiology.
Yeah.
And so she's been always with her books.
Right.
From a small. She's never interested in fashion. Never interested in even in herself. You know, always, you know, very studious kind of girl.
Very intelligent. She's a.
I suppose.
Because I remember.
She's all. I never had any problems with her.
No.
So the unfortunate thing was when Rashane and Rashika, when they were like O-level, that level, we had the insurgency time. It was, and the schools were closing all the time. So that's the time we had to send Rashane to Eton to boarding school, and then Rashika went as a day scholar to London to my sister-in-law's place, and so from that age they have been out. Like, you know, so luckily Rashane came back after his university.
And he's also equally brilliant, isn't he? He's kind of...
They're all hardworking. I have two other boys.
Right.
You know, there was like a 7-year gap, and then the other two were.
Okay, wonderful.
So anyway, You didn't know I had 4 children?
No,
Okay.
I mean, I only knew Rashika and Shane. So I
okay,
had...
right. So I have Rehan and Rakil as well.
Okay.
I mean, now they are also in like late 20s, you know.
Right, okay.
Yes. So anyway, Rashika stayed on, then she went to medical school, and you know, she got married, and she has 2 lovely children now.
Okay.
And
wow.
my little granddaughter, who's 5+, she's Anika.
Yeah.
She's so interested in my profession. You
Right.
know?
Oh, wow.
She's like,
okay.
Again, I see myself
in her. Great.
You know, she's all the time dressing herself and in my saris, in my high shoes, and she's here. Because mother doesn't own these things. I don't think Rashika has a nail.
Mother's an academic.
Yeah. Even a bottle of nail varnish, Rashika doesn't own. Okay, so when she comes to Sri Lanka, she loves it.
It's a whole new world for her.
She spends all her time in the salon, you know.
Oh my
she
goodness!
Just
wow.
loves it, and she's a beautiful child as well. You know, the mixture.
Yeah.
And so Rashika says, "Oh, Ammi, I got to cope with a mother. I had to cope with a mother, and now with my daughter, you know, because all the time I was trying to dress her up and you know say, Rashika, please go and wear something else, or you know, and she was not bothered. Anyway.
Oh, that must be lovely for you, though. You must just.
I mean, I wish she was here. I'm sure she would have taken over taken over the salons.
Yeah.
So anyway. And then Richen also has a baby now, so I have 3 grandchildren.
Wow.
And then I have Rehan and Rakil who are still at home and they are also now working. So they're all grown up, you know.
4 children, that must have kept you, and your businesses, must have kept you very busy.
I had a lot of tough times when they were young. Tough in the sense, just, you know, trying to give my best to them as well as you know, balancing family life, you know, and the profession, and I was just building up, and it was very demanding, you know, people are wanting me for,
and
you know.
I mean, it's, you know, you've constantly got to be there for me, you know, especially with weddings and, you know, dealing with these
sometimes my day starts about 3-4 in the morning and can end up about 10 in the night.
Wow.
So anyway, I always had support, you know, like Ranjit was excellent, I must say, and also like my mother-in-law, my mother was with me, you know, she died when I, just before my youngest was born. So she was there for me. Then my elder sister was a great support. When she doesn't have children, she was there. She was like another grandmother to them, you know. So I had support, I must say. I had like peace of mind.
Yeah,
you know,
people that you could count on.
That's the main thing, you know, when you're running any business or anything, you must have peace of mind to deliver your best to whatever you're doing. So I'm fortunate, I'm blessed, I think, with that.
Wonderful. No, that's fascinating. And I think, I mean, how do you cope? Because Ranjit travels a lot with his work. I mean, did you travel occasionally with him? Or
Yes, whenever the thing is, when bridal bookings come, they book you like a year ahead.
So you know.
So once you have that the name in the books, you can't cancel it for anything in the world. You know, it's not fair. Also. So whenever I can, I used to go at least for a week and spend with him. It's like it's a lovely getaway for me.
Just go and
but there was a time when the kids were small and when he used to travel,
that it was
and
hard,
I had to manage home. You know, though I had support, I had to see it for everything as well. So this time I used to think, I wish I had a wife, you know. I just think that when he was away, I need a wife at home.
Okay, wonderful. Well, that's a great note to take a break on. So we're just going to go to a little break. Don't go anywhere, because when we come back, we've got the confession cam, where we've got Ramani's friends and colleagues talking about her. So we'll see you after the break. Hi, welcome back to ETV Power Women. We're just going to get into the confession cam, Ramani. So we've spoken to a few of your friends and colleagues, and they've had some really lovely things to say about you. So why don't we take a look at it now?
Actually known Ramani for the last perhaps 34 years, and what can I say about her? Ramani is Ramani, you know, from the day I knew her to date. She hasn't changed, you know. She has evolved over a period of time. She was at the top of her game then, she's at the top of her game now. But she's such a simple person, you know. And I think that radiates through, despite the fact that she's at the helm of her industry, so to speak, and she manages I don't know, so many salons, Sri Lanka and overseas, and she has nearly 150 or over staff. But she's still, as much as she has a certain air of sophistication, and she is indeed a style icon, she's still such a simple person. And she's so bullyable. That's what I like her most, because I play the fool out of her. We all do, close friends, and she's so gullible, and and we laugh at her idiosyncrasies, and then she laughs along, So that's what is so special about her, and the fact that she hasn't changed, and she is still the very same person that we knew so long ago. She's also, I think, Ramani something in terms of her style and her ability to look fabulous all the time. And I know what a lot of effort that goes into it, a lot of thought that goes into it. She makes it look effortless, but she's very focused on what she does. She's a perfectionist. And I hate to go out with her because I look like a poor relation. And every time she says, shall we go somewhere? Then I say, oh no, because especially if you go to some function, then there is, the cameramen are right around her, and I am like the ugly duckling, and I get a huge complex, but she does it so effortless. It's not for us, if you have to dress up, it's a real dilemma. But to her, that's who she is, I think Ramani in Sinhala means who she is.
I've known Ramani much longer than the professional career part of it, because we've been family, directly related also. And but I really got to know her and got very close to her with working experience, working together. That was I got in the industry about 18 years ago. I actually got started with Ramani about 16 years ago. And we worked closely together, started small, on shows and all slowly, and now I've become very much a part of Ramani and her team, and we work so much together and do stuff together. It's amazing that being a person who has been in the industry for so long, she has seen, she's like, I would say, gone through it all, like it's qualifications, salons, work experience, industry. So for somebody like me who came into the industry very much after her and who didn't start makeup and all, she's the one actually put me on the track and said, this is it, you need to work with that. I started off learning stuff with her, no formal training, but learned with her and all. It's amazing how, as a human being, she is willing to give as much as you want. Whether it's to learn something or, anything, she gives you all that you want to get on the right track. And if you look around now, I think all the major salons in this country are Ramani employees, people who have moved on from Ramani, moved forward, opened their own salons and done stuff. So I think she's obviously made a mark in what she does. And I think the main thing I see is the human aspect, because a lot of people don't talk about, Ramani Fernando as a person. They talk about her as being, a professional. She got so many salons, and but actually, if you know the actual Ramani Fernando, she's a person who's willing to help, give, but I think being in a vicious world, and when a person is doing well, there are people who don't want to, talk badly down them and all that. So I guess in any field, a little bit of, but I think she's done really well, and she's, where we are concerned, she's actually like a stepping stone for us also to achieve something and move forward in whatever we have doing.
If there is one specific thing that I could say about Ramani, is she's very extremely professional. Because no matter how tired she is or how upset she is, she always has that certain je ne sais quoi about her, which most people don't have. I believe that is why she has been so successful at what she's doing. Because I remember sometimes she gets up at about 3 in the morning to go do a bride, and after that she comes back to work in the salon. But just because she has broken rest, just because she feels tired, she never lets the client know that she is upset or whether she is sleepy or whatever that is. So that is something that I really admire about her, and that is something that I have, I wish that is a quality that I would be able to have, but unfortunately, as people like that come, once in a lifetime.
Really, really quite touching stuff, actually. Wonderful. Well, I hope you enjoyed the confession, Cam.
I was a bit nervous about what Dida was going to say, but she's a very, very, mischievous type.
But it was all good. It was nice. It was very touching, actually. But we've got to go in again for another break. But when we come back, we've got the dreaded 10, which is brought to us by Pond's Age Miracle. So thank you, Pond. But I know you were saying you're a little bit nervous about this, but they're fine. Just the first answer that comes into your head is what you've got to tell us. So we're going to see you with the dreaded 10. We'll be back after this little break. Hi, and welcome back to ETV Power Women. We're just about to put Ramani in the hot seat and bombard her with the dreaded 10, which is brought to us by Pond's Age Miracle. And interestingly enough, you're the brand ambassador for Pond.
Yes.
Which
Age
is
Miracle.
Right. Well, we're going to put you in the hot seat now and ask you the dreaded 10. So are you ready?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay, here we go. Number 1, if you were able to die and come back as a person or a thing, what or whom would you be?
Actually, I'm very happy with myself.
Okay, so you come back.
Yes.
You come back as yourself? Okay, great. Would you rather be a small fish in a big pond or a big fish in a small pond?
The first step.
The first?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you have given up your job for the man of your dreams? If Ranjit had said, okay, I don't want you to do this, would you have given it up?
At the beginning, maybe, but not now.
So Ranjit, if you're watching, don't ask her to stop. What do you do to impress other people?
Oh my God. As Dila said, I think I love to dress up and takes a lot of pride in it. Well, not that. Maybe, and that's what's important in my profession, to be well groomed. If not, I don't think I have confidence.
Yeah.
Maybe the human. It's a very people's job, So I like to be very sort of make people comfortable.
Right. Okay. Good. Great. If your best friend confided in you that she had cheated on her husband, what would your first response be?
That she cheated on her husband.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Oh my God. Okay, superb. How many rings before you answer the phone? How many times does it have to ring?
Professionally, I always say 3.
Okay.
So I always lecture to my receptionist.
Okay, 3.
Yes, 3. But my mobile, I ignore it quite a bit.
What's the worst feeling in the world?
To lose somebody dear to you.
Yeah. What's your biggest regret?
Biggest regret? Frankly, I don't have any regrets.
My goodness, you're really lucky. Where do you find true inspiration?
Where my job is concerned, is it or anything?
Anything in life.
It can be anything.
Yeah.
It can be another family, it can be a person, it can be a magazine. Where my job is concerned, when I go for all these international fairs and competitions, so many things. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you've done brilliantly so far. There's just the final question. If you had $1 million to donate anonymously, who would you give it to? It could be a person, anything.
I'll give my staff.
Okay. Oh, great.
And my domestics.
Yeah. Well, that's a really...
Yeah. If not for them, I'm nobody. If not for my staff.
Well, that's lovely, actually. So just hope that she wins the lottery.
Definitely.
And gives you all $1 million. Well, thank you very much, Ramani, for being with us today and taking time out of your busy schedule. I think it's been really interesting, actually, to hear your story, and it's been lovely chatting with you, so thank you very much.
Thank you for inviting me. It was nice talking to you, Minoli.
Good, I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, I did. I really enjoyed it. I was dreading it. I always dread in front of cameras, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
Fantastic. Well, all of you at home, do remember to tune in next week as we have another wonderful guest on the show. In the meantime, if you want more information on Power Women, log on to our web address. It's www.etvpowerwomenblogspot.com. It's a bit of a mouthful, but remember to log on to that and learn a lot more about the show. And we'll see you again next week. Thank you. Thanks so much.